Hello and welcome. I'm Coach Grant, and today we're going to be doing a metabolic circuit that's going to be targeting the entire body. What you'll need for today's class is some open movement to work with, free of any tripping hazards. We have a mat that we'll be using today, and we have some dumbbells. A couple pairs, but I'd say something that's on the lighter side or more medium side, because we'll be utilizing movements that are going to be better off with a smaller weight, and some that are going to use larger muscle groups that will be better off with a larger dumbbell or larger weight. So the way the format of the class is going to be, we're going to do 30 seconds of work, one after the other of each movement. Each movement's going to involve 3 exercises, and we're going to do that 3 times straight through. So it'll be 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. So it's good to have some water nearby as well. And this is be able to allow you to self-pace yourself to do as many repetitions as you can in that 30 seconds of work. So what we'll do is we'll get started with a warm-up, and then we'll get things going. Let's get 30 minutes on the clock here. All right. So first things first, let's go ahead and get some marches in place. So we're going to come up with one knee, opposite arms. We're going to do a slight push down on that leg. So we're lifting one, pushing down with the other here, alternating back and forth. Hit about 6 on each side. We're trying to get some activation, some stretching here, as well as getting the heart rate up and blood flow moving to the muscle groups we're going to be working. All right, so let's get that right knee up. We're going to a hip opener. So we're going to bring that leg out, come in, and then lower down. And then repeat, lift up, out, and in. And continue to alternate here. Getting about, again, 6 on each side. Now activating the abductors here. Also, getting those calves activated for the balancing that we're doing, alternating from one leg at a time. So going back and forth here. Let's get one more each side. All right, let's go into some hamstring scoops. We're going to bring the right leg out, left leg slightly bent. We're going to hinge forward at the hips, back nice and straight, head neutral. We're going to reach out with the arms, and then exhale, press up with the hips, and then switch to the other side. Slight bend on the knee, hinge forward first, reach out, press up, and then continue to alternate back and forth. Reach, press, hinge, reach, press, hinge, reach, press. And continue moving here. Hinge, reach, press. Get a couple more on each side. Hinge, reach, press. One more on each side. Hinge, reach, press. And then last time, hinge, reach, press. All right. From here, we're going to go ahead and go alternating leg and arm. So we're going to go with our left leg, grab underneath with our right arm, and then raise the left arm up. This is going to focus on the quads that we'll be targeting today as well. Go ahead and release and switch. Grab and reach, alternating, holding about a second or 2 on each side as we go through and do these. Back and forth. Get a couple more here. All right, last time each side. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves our activation in our shoulders and in our core. So we're going to lower ourselves down to the floor, the arm mat. We're going to have a wide stance past the width of the mat here. Hips are straight, shoulders nice and straight, and we're going to alternate tap opposite shoulder, going one shoulder to the other, trying to avoid moving the hips or the shoulders. And we'll get 8 on each side for a total of 16. So that is 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8. All right, go ahead and bring ourselves back up to a standing position, and we're going to finish off with about 5 or 6 drop squats. So what we're going to do on here is we're going to raise those arms up nice and tall, nice and high, and then we're going to let ourselves sink down into a squat position. So we're landing into a squat, almost like bringing ourselves down, flat to their feet. Hips are going to be down along with the knees, hinging forward in a catch. So bringing the arms up, big inhale, exhale, drop down. Inhale up, exhale, drop down. Inhale up, Exhale, drop down. We'll get a couple more on the side. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, drop down. All right, I think we're ready to get things started today. So our first set of exercises I'm going to post on the screen here. Group 1 is squat with shoulder press. So this is going to can be your moderate weight or the lighter weight. We're going to come down to a squat position. So our feet are flat to the floor. We're going to initiate the movement with our hips bent at the knees at the same time. Back, the angle of our torso is going to be about the same as our shin. Arms are going to be up here, and we're going to press up. Lower down, press up, press up. So that'll be 30 seconds. The second exercise we have is Romanian deadlift with a row. So we're going to bring our arms in front here, back straight, legs straight. We're going to hinge forward at the hips, almost like we're trying to push something behind us. Back remains nice and straight. When we're down here, we're going to row up to the body and then press up. So all we're doing is bringing the weights up to the body, squeezing the shoulder blades in that RDL position. So we go up first and then press up. Then first, and then press up. And then lastly, skaters. Now this is going to be without weight. We're going to put those weights down, and you're going to go side to side. So we go from one side here to the other. Notice I'm going to be slightly hinged, going from one side to the other. As you get comfortable with that, if it feels easy to do, or you feel comfortable with the movement, you can make it harder by bringing the other leg behind, keeping those hips pointed forward, but crossing that leg underneath as you go from side to side. And then for more advanced would be to keep the leg up off the ground. Okay, so my timer's got 13 seconds remaining. We'll get started here. So remember, as many repetitions as you can within the time frame. So 30 seconds, as many as you can do. We move on from one to the other. We're going 3 rounds. Here we go, and let's begin. So we squat, shoulder press up. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you lower down. 15 seconds to go before we move to the RDLs. And we're going to go right into it. 7 seconds. All right, let's go RDL to the row. Side bend and hinge. Row it up, press, and then continue as many rounds as you can. In the 30 seconds, we're going to go 3 sets of each, going back and forth. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Get that last one in. All right, put those weights down. Go into your skaters. Let's go. 30 seconds. And then we're going to go right into it. So we're going to go back to that group. Squat shoulder presses. And we're going to continue this on. So each group's a minute and a half. So we're going to get 4.5 minutes of straight work. And then we're going to get a little recovery afterwards while I demonstrate the next group. And we have 3 total groups we'll be focusing on today. All right, let's bring it back to those shoulder presses. And go for it as soon as you get it. Two seconds. RDL to row. Hinge it. Row it. Press it. Reach with those hips. Press with the hips. Ten more seconds. We're going to skaters. 5 seconds. 2, get that last one in. All right, put those down, go to skaters. Side to side. Notice I'm using my arm. Same side arm as the leg that crosses underneath. For balance, keep those hips going forward. 10 seconds. 7 seconds. We got our last round coming up with squat shoulder presses. 1. All right, grab those weights, finish it off. Last round. Here we go. Five seconds. All right, RDLs, rows, go for it. Reach back, press. Reach back, press. 15 seconds. 5 seconds. All right, put those down, finish off with your skaters. Here we go. Last one. Finish it strong. 15 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And get a rest. Get a quick drink. Pat yourself off. We got about 3 minutes before the next group. The next group I'm going to put on the screen for us so we can see ahead of what to expect. So we have push-ups to side plank, Superman back extension, and mountain climbers. So with our push-up to side plank, there's a couple different ways we can do this. And we'll try to get started right at the 16.5 mark. So push-ups, do them on the knees, and I'll show them on the feet. So you're going to do your push-up, hips are straight, wrist, elbow, shoulders directly underneath each other, and you're going to lower yourself down and press yourself away, all in uniform, and pretending your body is a nice stiff board here. Lowering down, coming up. Now when you come up from that, you're going to rotate to one side and then raise the arm up, and then come back, down, push up, and go back out. All right, there's our side plank. When we're at the side, hips are up and they're straight, reaching out. Okay, so that is a push-up to side plank. Now, the next movement we have, it is a Superman back extension. So we are going to lower ourselves down to the floor, arms out. You can go with both arms, both legs, and we're just lifting, trying to clear the knees off the floor and elevate the arms off the ground, and then come down. Alternating or repetition going up and down, holding for about a second or two. Now, a little bit easier version of this is to go opposite arm, opposite leg. So if you go right arm, go left leg, lower down, left arm, right leg, go down. And you can alternate back and forth. All right, and then the last one is a dead bug. We've got about a minute before we get started. It's a dead bug. So we have our back straight, knees 90-degree angles, so knees are over our hips. Arms are 90-degree angles, wrist over elbows. And you're going to reach out one arm, opposite leg, while bracing the abdomen. Bringing the arms and leg back in, and then switch to the other side. Alternating one, then the other. All right? But that is for the next time. We're actually going to be finishing with mountain climbers. So my apologies. Hands are going to be up here, back straight, and you're just going to tuck the knee in one at a time. So you're going to alternate back and forth here with the knees, keeping the wrist, elbow, shoulders over each one. So the dead bug will be coming though on the third group. So sorry to give you an advance notice on that one, but this particular one will finish with mountain climbers. So again, get the elevation up. So we're going to get started first with a push-up to side plank. I'm going to do mine on the feet and go from there. We have 3 seconds. 2, 1, let's get started. Push up, turn out, side plank. Push up, turn out, side plank. Breathe out as you push up. Keep that body stiff like a board as you lower down. Ten seconds. And get one more in there. All right, let's go. Superman. I'm going alternating. And then the next group, I'll go both arms and legs. But with the legs, again, you just want to make sure you try to clear the knee off the floor. Alternating arm and leg, keeping them nice and straight. About 10 more seconds. All right, we got mountain climbers in 3 seconds. 2, 1. All right, bring it back up. Mountain slider, wrist elbow shoulders over. Drive the knees. Drive the knees. Modification for this, again, would be just bringing one at a time as you go. Otherwise, drive those knees through. Keep the back nice and straight. Drive it out. 6 seconds. 2, 1. And let's repeat. Back to that push-up. Push-up. Side plank. And continue. Push-up. Side plank. 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 Remember, go at your own pace and get one more in there. Push-up. Side plank. All right, Superman. Lift up. Doing both here. Legs and arms. We got one more round. 10 seconds. 3 seconds. 1. All right, back to push-ups. I'm sorry, mountain climbers. Man, and go. For some reason, I keep avoiding these, or wanting to avoid them. Don't know why. Woo, pound it through. Eight seconds. 3 seconds. All right, last one, push up, side plank. Turn it out, last set here. Side plank. Side plank. Side plank. 10 seconds. Side plank. Side plank. I'm gonna get one more push of it. All right, bring it out. Alternating or both at the same time. Superman. Last one of these. Eight seconds. All right, finish it with the mountain climbers. Finish it strong, 30 seconds. Heart rate should be good enough right now. Almost there. 12 seconds, come on. Five seconds. And time. Whew. Recover. Next group, we start at 9 minutes. Give ourselves about a 3-minute recovery time here. All right, our next group. Now, I already kind of gave away one of them, so you know one of them. So let's see what our next group of exercises are. So we have alternating lunges with arm curls. We have front to lateral raises with dumbbell. And then we have, of course, the dead bug that I let the cat out of the bag on the last group. So, for the alternating lunges with arm curl, this one can be either the moderate weight still, or you can go lighter weight with it. The front to lateral raises, I would suggest lighter, but if you go lighter, or if you go heavier, just make sure If you get tired, don't compromise form. Go one at a time as you go through. Okay? Otherwise, switch from the heavier to the lighter. All right? So the first one, reverse lunge to a bicep curl. So we start off in position here, and then we're going to step back behind us. So it's in a straddle position. So from here, we're going to drop the knee down, do our arm curl, and then step up. And we alternate it. So we're going to go to the other leg, drop that down, arm curl, and then come up. All right? Again, with these, if you don't want to add the weights to it, you can just do an arm curl with no weight as you go into your lunges. So the next one, front to lateral raise. Now this one might be a little bit heavy for me to do at 12, but you're going to bring the arms forward so they are level with your shoulder. From here, you're going to open it straight out to the side and then drop it down to the side and then repeat. So again, if you get tired, go one arm at a time and switch. Okay, especially if you're going a little bit heavier on the weight. But the big thing on this is to keep the body nice and rigid. You don't want to be leaning back to lift the weight up. You want to stay up and over, almost like you're standing on a cliff and you're trying to reach out as far as you can to that cliff and get what you need to get, but we're not leaning back. So if I lean forward, I'm falling in. If I lean back, I'm not going to be able to reach it. Okay? So nice and straight, up and back. And then, of course, the dead bug. Quickly review that real quick before we get started. On our backs, 90 degrees, knees over hips. Wrists over elbows, abs brace. We're reaching out opposite arm and leg. Switching, using about the same amount of time to go out as you come in. All right, we got 7 seconds. Let's get things rolling. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to go a little bit heavier, and we'll see what goes. Okay, here we go. Reverse lunge, curl, and then switch. Step back, drop the knee. You want the torso level with your leg that's dropping. So you want to keep the hips out in front as you do this. Step, lunge, curl. Step, lunge, curl. Drop, curl. 3 seconds. Last one here. All right, front to lateral raise. Bringing it up, out, and down. Forward, out, down. Forward, out, down. If you want an added challenge with it, go back in before going down. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. These are tough. Last one. All right, put those down, dead bug. Oh, go right into it. Reach out, pull in, keep those abs nice and braced. Halfway there. 5 seconds. Get one more each. All right, bring it back up. Back to that reverse lunge to arm curl. Start it out. Go right into it. Remember, it's a self-paced, however quickly you want to do these repetitions. If you want to go faster, but with good form always. Or if you need to slow things down, slow things down. 6 seconds. All right, front lateral raises. Go right into it. Remember, go one at a time as things get difficult. If you need a little bit more of a breather for one of those arms. Last one. Dead bug. Bring it down. Go right into it. We got one more set after this, and then we're cooling down in this full body metabolic circuit. 5 seconds. All right, last one. Get both sides. All right, let's repeat. Last set. Reverse lunge to curl. Finish it strong here. Step lunge, curl it. Working hard here. Keep it up. Last one. All right, front lateral raises. 15 seconds. Last one here. All right, put those down, finish it off with the dead bug. Finish it strong. Nice and controlled here. You don't even want to rush through. Take your time. Exhale as you return the weight or the arm and leg back to the body. 5 seconds. We got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And make sure you get both on each side. And rest. Woo! Great. We got through all of it. So now we get to cool down and stretch. So since we're here on the side, we're gonna bring that arm out closest to the floor. And then outside leg, we're gonna pull in and grab with our arm. We're gonna feel a stretch here on the thigh, as well as the hip flexor, because we're opening up the hips here. Definitely beneficial for the mountain climber exercise, but we're getting a little bit of both hip flexor and quad as we do that movement. It stretches you want to hold for about 30 seconds on each side. If you want to do additional, you can. If you want to do more repetitions, you can. We're just going to go through one time each muscle group we work today. So after about 30 seconds, we're going to go ahead and release it. And we're going to go ahead and get to the other side. So for me, I'll just break dance it, but you can just roll over to the other side and get that other leg. Hips open here, feeling that stretch in the thigh. Nice deep breaths. All right, let's go ahead and release that leg. Let's roll over on our back. And let's go ahead and tuck those knees to our chest and wrap our arms around. Stretch out the glutes a little bit of the low back. And hold here. You can rock side to side if you like. Nice deep breaths. All right, go ahead and release those legs out. Go ahead and cross the right leg over the left. And then you can push that right leg out with the same side arm. And if you feel like you're not getting much of a stretch here, right deep in the hip, in the piriformis, then you can grab that leg between the leg and wrap around with the other arm and pull that in towards you to get a little bit more. Otherwise, if you feel that just pushing the leg out, go for that. We'll go for a few more seconds here. All right, go ahead and switch it. Uncross, cross the other, push that leg out. And again, if you need more, you can pull that leg inward. I'm going to keep mine out here. I feel just enough pushing the leg out. All right, go ahead and uncross that leg, and we're going to slowly bring ourselves up to sitting upright position. We're going to slide our right leg in, so the bottom of the foot is in or facing the inner thigh or at the shin. And we're just going to lean forward towards that straight leg. Feel this in the hamstrings. Nice deep breaths. Big thing is to keep that knee nice and straight as you bend forward to get the most out of the stretch. Slowly come up. Let's switch out legs. So we're going to bring the left leg in. Same thing. Bottom of the foot at the inner thigh with the shin, and just lean forward towards that straight leg. All right, we're going to slowly bring that leg out, and we're going to turn ourselves over onto our feet. Finishing off with the chest, opening up the chest here. You're going to feel it in the front of the shoulders as well. And you can hold these a bit longer. I'm going to go through just to make sure we have enough time here. So then from here, we're going to raise the arms up, bend the left arm down, and we're going to pull back with the right to get that tricep. Go ahead and switch it. Right arm this time, pull back with the left. And then last one we're going to bring the arm out in front, right arm. We're going to scoop underneath the forearm with the left and pull across, keeping it nice and straight, getting the biceps as well as the back of the shoulder. Hold here for a few seconds, and we'll do the same on the other. All right, go ahead and switch it. And go ahead and relax. And the last time, take a deep breath in, get low, raise it high, nice and tall, nice and wide, big inhale. And then exhale, arms down, shoulders, relax. Thank you guys very much for joining me today for this metabolic circuit. Again, I'm Coach Grant, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.